Okay, so this is my final individual project for Sprint 1. Um, I'm just going to go ahead and go through the code first, and then I'll go ahead and run it and show you the features of it. But to start, we're importing SQLite 3 as well as this function datetime from MySQL. And this is the actual database part here. It creates a table if not exists, which is the movies table. And the primary key is the ID, meaning like what type of movie it is, like the number. So it'll be like the first movie you add is number one, the number two, the number three, etc. The title, the year, the rating, and the notes, and then watched on date. It uses the SQL date. These strips and things like that are just to make sure that you um, actually type stuff for the dates and things like that so that they're not empty. If they need to be empty, that's okay. But like for this one here, this is for the date and time. Um, you'll see that it prints the date and time. I'll show that to you. And then a lot of these things are just printing, like when asked to show movies and things like that, it'll print it and show it to you. As well as these are just permissions, meaning like that you can't have that year because that year hasn't happened yet. This is the rating for the movie. If it's not between 0 and 10, it won't allow you to be added, or it won't allow it to be added. And then just some more kind of permissions, things like that. And lastly, if you go down to the bottom, you can see the menu and the options that the user can choose. And these all kind of like go through with the user, but you can see all of that. So if I go ahead and run the code, this is our menu. It has 8 options. You can exit. We don't want to do that, but we'll go ahead and add a movie. So um, we'll do Airplane because I like that movie, and the year came out in 1980. I'd give it like an 8.7 out of 10. It's pretty good. Very funny. Love the gags. So these notes are just how we feel about it, like our review, so to speak. And then watch the date. You can type in the date if you'd like, or we can just do blank for today. So we'll leave it blank. We'll say that we watched it today. So now if we list all of our movies, we have Airplane as well as Ford versus Ferrari and Indiana Jones. I added those two in class when I presented. But yeah, so they stuck to the database, which is really cool. And so we'll list all the movies, and if we want to search a movie by a title, we can look up like plane, and it'll show Airplane right there. It'll say 8.7 out of 10. If we want to update a movie, we'll go ahead and update, we'll say Indiana Jones. Then 0 out of 10, or 10 out of 10, it is a 10 out of 10, so we'll keep that, but we'll say I love the sound of the whip. And the new watch date, we'll say 2026/01/26, because that is today. And now if we list it, it'll give it a 10 out of 10, watch 2026. I love the sound of the whip, so it updated it. Now if we want to delete a movie, well, first let's show you the statistics. So it'll show total movies in database is 3, movies with ratings is 3, average rating 9.5 out of 10, and the top rated is obviously Indiana Jones with a 10 out of 10. But if we want to delete a movie, we can go ahead and delete, let's delete Ford versus Ferrari, because I don't like that movie as much as the other two. So it'll have us confirm to delete. And now if we list the movies, we just have Airplane and Indiana Jones. So yeah, that's my final Sprint 1 code. I really, really like it, and I hope you do too.